This year, Shea has guided Vanderbilt to back-to-back 20-win seasons for the first time since 2013 and is trying to take them to back-to-back NCAA tournaments as well. Charlie Cream says they're a lock. In fact, all of the 10 teams that he feels are in the tournament from the SEC, no one's even on the bubble. Now, for Tennessee, they have dropped to a 5 seed, according to him. They need to win this game, he says, for them to have a chance to move up to the 4 line. Pierre and Spearman jump it up. Tennessee in their Summit blue uniforms. Pierre goes to work right away, misses that first shot, but then gets it back and finishes.
Great extra play right there, getting your hands on the basketball. That's one thing that this Vanderbilt team is going to do. They're going to play hard. They're going to play hard every single possession.
Joel Spears' first shot off the back of the rim. Yeah, it was interesting because Spearman said that she wanted to get back. She wanted to win this game. She did not like the way that last one went when they lost the heartbreaker to Vanderbilt. And so that is adding, I think, a little extra intensity to this rivalry today. Tennessee using a different starting lineup today than yesterday, but for Kim Caldwell, it doesn't really matter who starts. We'll see the subs coming in right away.
Yeah.
Spencer, shot clock was down to 5. And that's one thing, Nikki, that Tennessee struggled their last few games is making shots early.
Yeah, they did. They were not in rhythm, but this Vanderbilt team right now is really going to try to control the tempo of the game. They know that they have to take care of the basketball against this very aggressive Tennessee defensive team.
Shot clock down to 7. Pierre above the free throw line. Oh, Camille Pierre bearing another shot. She's got all 4 Vanderbilt points.
You know, a lot of talk about Pierre not making the all-SEC team. I'm sure she's going to be playing with a little chip on her shoulder today.
We saw a similar experience yesterday with Izzy Higginbottom.
Oh, yeah. Higginbottom, 38?
Yeah.
38, 30-piece.
Waba takes the feed. Layup doesn't go down, and here come the Lady Vols in transition. Cooper, one-on-one. And that is usually going to result in a basket.
Cooper is one of those players that when you give her space and you allow her in transition, she can just do a lot of different things with that basketball that you're just looking at and saying, how does she do that?
Blake's backed up, missed that shot. Blake's and Pierre, the only duo in the country that averaged 20 points per game for a Division I team. Steal by Pierre, that's another one of her strengths as well. She's one of the nation's leaders in steals.
Yes, Pierre, she has this motor. She's a high motor player. And look at Moore getting started from the three-point line.
Ayanna Moore coming off an 18-point game in their last win over Missouri. Vanderbilt put up 100 points against Missouri last Sunday. Cooper stopped. Blake's. And Blake's knocks down her first 3. And a timeout taken. Vanderbilt on a roll right off the jump.
When you look at this Vanderbilt team, they are hungry. Blake's here spotting up the best freshman in college women's basketball, knocking down the 3, giving them this lead. Wow, this is going to be a great one.
Turnaround for this Vanderbilt program, Nikki. Shea Ralph, 17 wins in the last 2 seasons in the SEC, and they had 17 total in their first 6 seasons. Yeah,
Shea Ralph has done an exceptional job of just bringing a different level of competitiveness with her team. And night in and night out, they're going to give you their best. And, you know, she also talked about coaching, how she coaches in March. She's like, I got to amp it up a little bit because she knows what it's going to take for them to be competitive this time of year.
Tennessee with a new lineup on the floor. There's Ruby Whitehorn, and she breaks the scoring drought for Tennessee.
Yeah, Ruby Whitehorn is one of those players that really can get to her spot in the mid-range, but also she can shoot the 3. She's a player that they're going to need a lot of scoring from, but also she's a good defender as well.
Blake's open for another 3. This one's off the mark. She made her last. And a good hustle by Pierre. But Tennessee will get the ball back.
Again, Vanderbilt is relentless right now. They're getting their hands on and tipping the basketball, which is giving them additional possessions. When you're able to do so, the field goal attempts, you're going to be able to see Vanderbilt maybe have more. And then Pierre, again, when you are snubbed, the best thing that you can do is come out and showcase why you should have been named to that team.
Are you kidding me? I mean, that was with a hand in her face. Here's Oliver with the steal. Moore open for three, and Moore is hot. And I know you think that is a very good sign for Vanderbilt.
It's a great sign because you know what Vanderbilt is doing? They're taking a page from Tennessee. They are stealing the ball. They're forcing Tennessee to turn the ball over, and then it's leading to transition baskets. And now they're able to knock down the three ball as well.
A nice move by Hollingshed. Doesn't get the finish. And Pierre there to scoop up another rebound. Blake's little hesitation, then turns on the Jets for the finish. Three on the way from Darby, and good for Darby to see that first one go in. She did not make a three yesterday.
Sam, we were talking during the break. This tempo is so fast right now. Everybody is locked into what they need to do defensively and offensively, and so we're going to see a lot of transition. Spencer.
Another rebound from Pierre. Yeah, when the officials come over and they're out of breath during a timeout, you know it's a fast-paced game.
Yes.
Moore. Oh, my! What a move by Ayanna Moore, and she has 8 quick points.
Ayanna Moore put a little English on that layup. Nice ball control, but nice body control, too.
Vanderbilt red hot. Spencer short on that three. Go back to that move by Ayanna Moore's globetrotter stuff here.
I know, great in and out move, a Euro with a little spin on it. Ayanna Moore doing what she needs to do to give this Vanderbilt a 19-8 lead. Right now, Ayanna Moore is perfect from the field. 3 of 3 with 8 points.
Ayanna Moore's been overshadowed a little bit by Blake's and Pierre. Remember, though, she was a second-team All-SEC selection over the course of her career. Shea Rouse consistently building this program, adding more and more stars. Here's Kapanis with the ball. Puckett grabs the rebound. Boyd, who had a good game yesterday, starting. Spearman trying to take Pierre. And an offensive foul on Spearman.
You could see that happening right now. Spearman got the ball. There was really nowhere to go. Look at all the white jerseys that are in the paint. And then you've got your best player, Michaela Blake, stepping in there to take the charge.
Pierre, the SEC Freshman of the Year. No disputing that.
You know, when you look at this Vanderbilt team, why is it easy for them to break the pressure? Well, they have multiple ball handlers on the floor. And so Tennessee's full court press has not affected them, but their half court pressure has done so with Cooper with the easy twos.
Cooper, one of the best defenders on this Tennessee team, if not the best defender. In fact, she's on pace to have a record-setting season in terms of steals. She had 3 yesterday against Texas A&M. She's threatening Holly Warlick's Lady Vols record for single-season steals. Kapanis in the lane, good.
That was just such a headsy play by Ayanna Moore. Nice little shot fake, and then Kapanis is in the paint for an easy 2.
Teams answering each other bucket for bucket now. Kapanis.
Once you beat the pressure of Tennessee in the backcourt, you've got to put pressure at the rim. Coach Harper was harping on that yesterday in regards to this type of defensive pressure that Tennessee places on a team. You can get layups if you're patient.
Puckett. A 3 for Puckett, and it was well defended.
Yeah, Puckett knocked down that 3 with a hand in her face, but what you see was, and what we saw was no hesitation.
It's the danger of this Tennessee team. You never know who can beat you. They can come at you with so many different players. And Puckett gets called for the foul. Camille Pierre, what a start she's had.
Yeah, she's been so locked in and so focused, and the fact that she can knock down the mid-range jumper, but she's also a player that has been just dominant on the boards for them. She's got 6 rebounds and 6 points. I think she's tracking to have another double-double.
Not on the all-conference team. It's one of the players that's gotten a lot of talk, as you mentioned earlier, about being left off. Pierre gets stopped. Shot clock under 10. Ayanna Moore, she's had the hot hand early. Good D by the Lady Vols. Darby. And is fouled trying to throw out of the double team. Well, Saturday's the final day of the SEC men's basketball regular season. All 16 teams are playing. We'll have 5 of those games right here on SEC Network and the ESPN app. Mississippi State and Arkansas will start the day at noon Eastern, and we will finish with the Red River rivalry game between Oklahoma and Texas at 8 Eastern. Foul was on Moore. Cooper. Had 3 players collapse on her. And Whitehorn trying to get around the D is fouled by Moore, her 2nd foul.
Yeah, that was critical for this Vanderbilt team to now have to sit more, picking up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Again, when you have players like Whitehorn who can play off the bounce, Talaysia Cooper, another great one-on-one player. You just got to keep your hands and play straight up. The one thing that Vanderbilt can count on is their support defense. If they get past the first line of defense, let Vanderbilt's second line come in.
Yeah, that's a great point. Oh, nice. Jump ball. It'll stay on this end, but Moore's on the bench now. She's actually the leading scorer for Vanderbilt early, 8 points. Here's that play again.
Well, nice defensive effort by Green to get her hands on the ball. Again, when you give Talaysia Scott that ISO, it's hard to guard her one-on-one.
Cooper, she'll shoot the 3. Remember Cooper playing in her home state of South Carolina. A lot of family and friends here watching.
You know, give it a lot of credit to this Vanderbilt team. Tennessee right now, they're not getting 2nd and 3rd opportunities. They only have 1 offensive rebound.
Pierre had the shot, missed it. Good offensive board by Waba. Waba, the transfer from Pepperdine, all-conference performer before Vanderbilt. Whitehorn gets the roll.
Whitehorn with a nice bounce. The basketball gods were shining on her right then and there. But I like the intensity that Whitehorn is playing with right now. Yesterday, she only had 2 points. 2 points. So to see her come out and be aggressive, tied as the leading scorer, perfect from the field, 2 of 2 from the 3-point line with 6 points.
Tennessee's made 4 of their last 5 shots as they are trying to get back in this opening quarter. It's a 7-point lead right now. The foul was on Cooper, her first, and now more Lady Vols come in. Cooper talking to Tim Green, one of our officials, asking for an explanation on that. And Kim Cooper working Jenna Cross. So officials getting an earful from the Lady Vols right now, but all in good spirit. Cooper, another steal. Wow. She just makes it look easy.
She does. I mean, she timed that perfectly, and she is shooting out of there like a cannon. A lot of the on-ball turnovers are going to result and will result in a layup.
Good D by the Lady Vols. Good composure by the Doors, and they finish. Green gets the layup off a beautiful pass. An intense and fierce opening quarter about to come to an end. Jewel Spear. Last shot. In and out.
What a fun first quarter that we have. We are in store for some great basketball. Look at Darby right there holding the three-pointer all up. And then the intensity of this Vanderbilt.
They played twice in a single season. And did you know, Nikki, Vanderbilt has never beaten Tennessee twice in a season.
Well, having been a former Lady Vol.
Lady Vol for life.
Lady Vol for life. You know, one of the, not that you don't get up for every game, but one of the things that you was taught, I'm going to say Coach Summit taught us this, you just don't lose to Vanderbilt. Not that she wanted us to lose to anybody, but being an in-state rivalry, it's so important for you as, and me as a former person who grew up in Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I understand the rivalry, I understand the competitive nature of what's happening and what we're witnessing today, but they know that there's a lot more on the line than just in-state rivalry.
Well, that was a beautiful play. Pierre finding Oliver under the basket. And Vanderbilt has certainly looked a little better than Tennessee here in the early going of this game. Plenty of time, though, for the Lady Vols to try not to be part of that history where Vanderbilt could beat them twice in a season. Steal by Pierre. Pierre and Blakes.
I don't think people understand and realize the athleticism of Camille Pierre. I mean, she could probably be a triathlete and participate in multiple sports, but just in her ability to just navigate her hands to get that block, and that would have been a great pass by a very disciplined and a very good basketball player in Talasha Cooper, but you're going against Pierre, who's got a knack for getting her hands on the ball.
Pierre is actually an elite soccer player growing up. Nice move inside by Spearman, but Pierre had a big growth spurt and so switched over to basketball just about the time she went to high school. She fully expected to play college soccer. Good rebound by Spearman, and Z Spearman is on a mission.
Well, right there, Vanderbilt headsy play.
Oh, what a block by Spearman. Pocket. And it is a timeout. Vanderbilt, as the Lady Vols caught fire, mostly, I think, because of Z Spearman.
Well, Z Spearman is one of those players that also, when you give her the ISO in the paint, she can score it. But great defensive effort here to get the block, to then lead this Tennessee team, who has now started to play at the elite level that they're capable of.
Tennessee on a 6-0 run. We will see you coming up in just a few minutes as we send it back to Sam and Nick.
Thanks, sorry, Dawn Staley and the staff sitting behind us. She'll be on at halftime. Sure you want to hear that. So Tennessee has scored 6 points in 32 seconds. Ayanna Moore for Vanderbilt on the bench with the 2 fouls, and Tennessee has been on an 11-6 run since Moore left the game.
Yeah, you can just see that this Vanderbilt team in the second quarter, they did not do a great job of taking care of the basketball. Cooper was able to get out with a layup there, and their defense again is stifling.
Lady Vols with 4 steals today. Latham was hoping she'd have another one, but she's called for the fouls.
Yeah, the ball is loose right here, and that's just a great hustle play by 2 really good players.
Yeah. It'll be Vanderbilt's ball. Trying to stop a 6-0 run by Tennessee right now that's gotten Tennessee back into this. Another steal. 5th steal for the Lady Vols. They had 10 yesterday. Darby, the 3. In and out. Whitehorn with the offensive board and sticks it in.
This is the style of play that Tennessee loves to play with. They're going to get after you defensively, and they're trying to turn you over. You've got to take care of the basketball against this Tennessee team because they are so good in transition.
Pierre got her miss. Missed the follow. Darby out-wrestles everyone for the rebound. Tennessee can take the lead. Whitehorn. Save back into Darby. And the ball will stay with Tennessee. Here come the new subs for Tennessee. Again, this is one of the things Kim Caldwell has introduced to the SEC, I think, into Power 4 basketball in general, the kind of hockey change. And for you, Nikki, as you've watched it this season, do you think you would have enjoyed that as a player, to go all out for 90 seconds to 2 minutes and come out, or would you never want to leave the floor?
My selfish me would not want to leave the floor. But I do understand when you have the depth, when you have, 10 players that you can play 15 or plus more minutes and still be effective and efficient. I would then say, when you get late game, what does that lineup look like? Right now it's going to wear on teams. And this is a great rhythm for this Tennessee team to have this platoon subbing, because right now they have to play on day one. And so they're going to need their legs to continue to push through this SEC tournament. I
think that is a great point I haven't heard a lot about, is that in tournament play, the way they substitute could actually work to their advantage as we get deeper and deeper in the tournament. Puckett gets called for the foul down low, her second. Last time the subs were in, that's what the clock is in the top right of your screen. We've gone 120 without subs.
You're going to have to keep an eye on Z Spearman. She's limping a little bit here, but
Ayanna Moore back in the game for Vanderbilt. Remember, she has 2 fouls came out. That's when Tennessee really caught up with Vanderbilt. Doors still with a 1-point lead. Blakes gets loose. Off the mark, rebound by Cooper. Oh, what a move. Oh, man. I mean, Cooper is just feeling.
Yeah, she's playing with this bounce about her. She's not only scoring the basketball, but she's defending one of the best freshmen in the country in Michaela Blakes as well.
Dee Kantner calls a jump ball, but Z Spearman is hobbling. Spearman, a big reason why Tennessee's gotten back in this game. And Spearman will go to the end of the bench. And we hope that whatever this is isn't serious. Z Spearman, 4 points, 5 rebounds. Been all over the place defensively. Had a massive block earlier. What do you think Spearman brings to this team?
I think she brings a level of confidence that she plays with. She's one of those players that can shoot not only the three, she can post you up. She's got nice moves. I just like watching her play and the intensity that she plays with.
She's gotten better and better as the season progresses, more and more comfortable. She's up walking around now. Hopefully we'll see her back. Here's Blakes trying to get around Spencer. Nice pass. The finish by Oliver.
The one thing that Vanderbilt has to have is a balanced scoring attack.
Speaking of nice pass.
Another great pass. But again, we talked about this pace, and will Vanderbilt be able to maintain this pace? Because this is a style of play that Tennessee loves to play at.
Blakes gets by Latham. And Blake's just having a tough time here early. 2 for 6 to start the game. Spencer straight down the lane. Easy layup for Sam Spencer. Well, first lead of the game for Tennessee.
Well, this Tennessee team is showing you why they were able to beat UConn this year, why they have been considered one of the top teams in the country. They want to get back to hosting. Right now, Charlie Cream talked about them not being able to host in the first round of NCAA play. Get to the semifinal game, and we'll see what happens there.
Here's where they got the lead for the first time today, Sam Spencer.
I think with Blake's gambling in the front court there, that allowed for Sam Spencer to play downhill. Again, this Tennessee team, you don't want to give them anything easy. You don't want to allow them to set up and knock down threes, because they do a great job of that, but you also can't give them paint points. Right now they have 20 of their 32 points have come from the paint.
Foul called on that drive. Foul will be on Tennessee. Second foul on Latham. Pick your poison, right? I mean, it's when they're struggling in one area, they have the ability to pick it up in other areas. That's what Tennessee's been doing this year, and you just never know who's going to beat you. Cooper has been the most consistent star for Tennessee this year, but a lot of other players have had fantastic games. 5 double-figure scores for the Lady Vols. And Hollingshed and Pierre getting physical down low. And Camille Pierre, very rarely do you see her get angry.
Well, I did think that when Pierre went up for her layup, there was a little contact there, and there was a no call. And so now you got them tied up here, and again, this in-state rivalry, that's what you want to see. You want to see players competing with each other at the highest level.
The foul was called on Pierre. That's what upset her so much. Tennessee's been going in the paint this quarter. 12 of their points inside the lane. Here's Hollingshed. 2 defenders collapse on her. Jump ball. And the ball will go back to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
It's been a game of runs. Tennessee enjoying a 12-2 run. Vanderbilt has gotten cold. Shea Ralph got to get her team to make some buckets.
Well, right now, Camille Pierre and Michaela Blakes are both 0 for 6 in this quarter. They've got to get going, but a player that has been solid from them has been Oliver.
Pierre to Blakes. 3 on the way. Off the mark. Jewel Spear, who's been so good late season. Boyd asking for the clear out. The redshirt freshman. And an offensive foul called on Boyd.
Pierre was just watching and seeing what the defense or the offense was going to do, and she stood in there and took the charge. Great rotation and help line defense, and that's the thing about Vanderbilt. If you get beat, allow your support system to come in because they're disciplined enough to stand in there and take a charge just like Pierre did.
It's one of the underrated things about Pierre, I think, too, is just her willingness to get in there and take those charges. Gets a lot of steals, blocks, goes out of bounds, and it will go back to Tennessee. And Z Spearman, who we last saw trying to shake off some pain, is ready to come back in the game and will replace Hollingshed. Z Spearman really has been the big spark plug for Tennessee today, and they will appreciate having her back on the floor. How much of Vanderbilt's cold shooting do you think is the Tennessee disruptive defense?
I think it's definitely a tribute to Tennessee's defense, in particular Talasha Cooper. She's got the defensive assignment of guarding Michaela Blakes, and right now Blakes is 2 of 7 from the field with only 5 points.
Yeah, in this quarter, Blakes and Pierre 0 for 9. Here's Moore. She had the hot hand earlier. Didn't see an opening in the lane. Pierre against Spearman. Shot clock down to 4. Pierre does it herself, just cannot get that ball through the cylinder.
Again, once Tennessee gets the stops, they are out to the races. They are looking to get that score in the first 6 seconds of the shot clock.
Spencer had it taken away by Pierre. Moore. And Ayanna Moore has been the main offense for Vanderbilt today.
And great headsy play by Jordan Oliver to locate Ayanna Moore. Again, when Ayanna Moore picked up that second foul in the first quarter, that really changed the complexion of Vanderbilt's offensive execution.
Moore finds Blakes behind the back pass. Oliver doesn't finish, but thanks her teammate for the pass anyway.
We talk a lot about Talasha Cooper and what she does on the offensive side of the basketball, but defensively, she has just been tremendous. Wow.
Camille Pierre, I mean, the athleticism to make that play from the other end of the floor, Nikki, that was fascinating to be courtside to see.
It was, and she did it with such grace and ease. And that's something that we talk about Camille Pierre, and her level of athleticism. It's just tremendous.
Spearman bolting through the lane and a blocking foul on Pierre. Her second.
I mean, here's the rebound. Look at the hustle play, the crossover. And then just the athleticism to go up.
And when she grabbed that ball and was able to make her way down the floor, that was a tough angle to grab the rebound and control it.
And control it in traffic.
Yeah.
How about the toughness right now of Z Spearman? Don't know what she did, maybe tweaked her ankle a little bit, but she has come in and come back into this game and just been so impactful.
Well, Nikki, believe it or not, we're about to see the first free throws of the game. We've got 1:19 left in the half. Z Spearman was fouled by Pierre. That was her second. So Pierre's getting a breather on the Vanderbilt bench, and Spearman will be on the line. Spearman had 11 yesterday in the win over A&M. She's really been on a tear late season for the Lady Vols. Battle for the rebound still going on, and a jump ball. It's going to stay on this end. That's great hustle by Puckett and company.
Well, when you sub Pierre out, and now you're bringing in Mitchell, you're bringing in some size there. She's got to come up with that rebound. You can't give Tennessee second and third opportunities, whether it's an offensive rebound by Tennessee or a jump ball that goes in the direction of Tennessee. You want to have bench players come in and be impactful.
Tennessee out rebounding Vanderbilt here in this opening half. Kanaya Boyd in. She subbed out Sam Spencer. Boyd going to work, denied. That was blocked by Oliver. Bodies on the floor. Another jump ball. This time, though, Vanderbilt will get it back. As Mitchell did a good job down there battling for Vandy.
Well, you saw where Vanderbilt was not going to allow Laysha Cooper to have the ISO on the top of the floor. So what did they do? They sent Michaela Blakes to go blitz her and trap her just to get the ball out of her hands.
Cooper with 4 steals in this first half. Vanderbilt, nice job breaking the press. Final minute of the half.
Yes, I feel like Jordan Oliver has just been so smart in allowing the defense to shift, and then she's finding the open player to definitely be able to dissect this pressure that Tennessee brings.
Shot clock was about to expire, and Waba fires and makes.
When you have balanced scoring beyond your star players of Blakes and Pierre, who account for 44 points, Ayana Moore has stepped up and been fantastic with 11 points. And then you get Wamba, who came in and has given you 5 points. Vanderbilt is really one of those teams that's about a game of runs.
And that will end the half. What an opening half. Vanderbilt finished it on an 8-1 run to retake the lead.
How about Wamba right here? Awareness of the shot clock with the one-legged three-point shot, knocking it down. Tennessee, again, defensively. Tennessee had no field goals in the last 4 minutes and 45 seconds. This Vanderbilt defense tightened up.
A volunteer state shootout between Tennessee and Vanderbilt. It has not disappointed in the first 20 minutes. Let's send it to Dari Noka, Kelly Harper, and Steffi Sorensen. And by the way, Dawn Staley for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Halftime Report.
Welcome to it. It is indeed the Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Cooper, fantastic start to this game. Tennessee right now has dropped from a projected 3 seed to a 5. They need to win this game to get back up, or have hopes to get back up to a 4 seed. Pierre and Blakes have not demonstrated their normal level of accomplishment in this game. Nikki, do you expect to see that turn around here in the second half?
Definitely. I mean, they were 50%, 5 of 10 in the first quarter. They had 11 points in the second quarter. Blakes was held scoreless, and Pierre only made one basket. So 1 of 12 between the two of them in the second quarter. They've got to be more efficient for Vanderbilt to have a chance of beating this Tennessee team.
Vanderbilt 19-1 this season when they lead at the half. The only loss was a double overtime loss to Mississippi State. Spearman, cross-court pass, Tennessee looking to score on their first possession. Ruby Whitehorn does.
And Ruby Whitehorn has been such a great compliment to Talasha Cooper when you think about getting that basketball in that high post area and giving them isolation to go to work.
Whitehorn, the first Lady Vol in double figures today with 10 points. They also had 7 players score in the first half. Darby open for 3. In and out. And Pierre wrestles that rebound away from Whitehorn. Blakes, first time she's touched the ball here in the second half. And Blakes, leading freshman scorer in the nation, averages 23 a game. Gets loose. Shot just not falling. Pierre got the rebound, but there was a foul prior to that. And Pierre's going to get called for the foul on the rebound. And that is her third.
That is a huge call against Vanderbilt right now, with their most active and most dominant player picking up her third foul.
Pierre, the only player in the nation averaging more than 20 points and 9.5 rebounds a game. She is so versatile, and Shea Ralph leaving her on the floor for the moment, though Ayanna Mitchell has gone over to the scorer's table for the next dead ball. What's your philosophy on that, Nikki? Do you leave a player in with 3 this early?
I don't leave them in this early, and the reason why I say that is because Vanderbilt is still up 39-35.
Not anymore. 39-37.
But unless this gets away from you, I think you let her, or you let her come out of the game. You let her sit a little bit, because she cannot pick up another foul.
She's battling with Hollingshed down in the paint. Number 12 in white against 53 in the Summit blue. Here's Blakes. That's a 2. Doesn't matter, in and out. Lady Vols looking to tie or take the lead.
And right now, Tennessee has not taken advantage of the fact that Pierre has a third foul, and there they go inside to Hollingshed.
Hollingshed working on Pierre to tie the score at 39. A good start to the second half for Tennessee.
I love what Vanderbilt is doing to break this pressure. They are putting Ayanna more in that middle of the press offense to allow her to then play downhill.
5 new Lady Vols will come in, and Pierre will come out of the game. And while we have a moment, a reminder, Tuesday, SEC Inside grants you an all-access pass to this women's basketball tournament. You'll get never-before-seen footage and sound from players, coaches. It's a behind-the-scenes look right here on SEC Network and the ESPN app.
Again, once Vanderbilt gets the ball across the half court, they're going to have to lock in to who's going to be taking shots for them, with Pierre now on the bench. Michaela Blakes is 2 of 10 from the field. I would look to get some touches.
I have seen Blakes, though, have a first half where she did not score much and really turn it on in the second half. And Moore has really been a steady force for Vanderbilt today. She's up to 15 points now. She's only missed 1 shot. She has picked up the slack.
She did a nice job of just playing off that ball screen and got the matchup that they wanted, and then she was able to elevate.
Nothing but net for Jewel Spear.
First basket for Jewel Spear. I know she's happy to see that one go down, but she has such a quick trigger. You're going to have to close out a lot quicker, a lot sooner, and make her put the ball on the floor. This Tennessee team makes 10 3-pointers a game. Right now, they're halfway there.
Blakes trying to get around Cooper. Cooper's done such a good job defending Blakes when she's had the ball. Here's Moore. Moore just threw it up as the shot clock was about to expire. Did hit the rim, and then they get the rebound, and Blakes. Will that count?
Yes.
It will count, and one for Michaela Blakes. How about this for creativity?
Well, again, the extra hustle by this Vanderbilt team. Michaela Blakes, there's the block, and she then just heaves it up, and it goes in.
Second foul on Boyd. And Michaela Blakes, who has made 90% of her free throws in SEC play at the free throw line. In fact, she set a record earlier this year, 23 of 24 in a game, and was mad about missing the one.
You know, the one thing about Blakes is that she does not get rattled. You can still see the poise. She's been taking very, very good shots for this Vanderbilt team. They just haven't fallen for her. And I'm just going to say they haven't fallen for her yet.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yet. Good block. Spearman comes out of there with it. Strickland passed up the three. Shot clock is down to 6. This is Jewel Spear through the lane.
Very good defense in the half court by Vanderbilt.
Blake's open for 3. Off the front of the rim, Moore gets the offensive rebound and sticks it in.
Great job again by this Vanderbilt team to stay on the offensive glass. Right now they have 8 offensive rebounds, which has given them 14 second chance points.
Foul on Strickland. Ayanna Moore, she did put up 37 this year against Kentucky. It's not only Blanks and Pierre that put up the big numbers in terms of points. Ayanna Moore is certainly a scorer, third leading scorer on this team. Pierre on the bench right now with those 3 fouls.
Again, as long as Vanderbilt continues to compete and play at a high level on both sides of the basketball, defensively and offensively, this is allowing Pierre not only to sit and watch, but also to rest her. I'm not saying that you don't want her in the game, but Vanderbilt has played extremely tough with her picking up her 3rd foul.
I completely agree. And I've been very impressed with Vanderbilt's composure. Every time Tennessee makes a run, Vanderbilt has responded, and one for Ayanna Mitchell. Has been the main offensive production for Vanderbilt today. Blakes has yet to really get going offensively. 8 points for Blakes. And remember, she averages 23. Now, Mitchell will be at the free throw line. She was fouled by Latham going into that timeout.
I know Coach Ralph would love to have more production from her 2 big stars, but right now she's got to be pleased at where they're at with the foul trouble of Pierre, with the shooting woes of Michaela Blakes, to still have an 8-point lead.
And on the flip side of that, Nikki, it may be encouraging, wouldn't it, if your 2 stars are not playing as well as they typically do and you're leading a team like Tennessee?
I think so. And here's Blakes. When you look at the number of shots that she's taken thus far, she is only 3 of 12, 1 of 5 from the 3-point line. I'm going to give a little bit of that credit also to Tennessee's defense and to Tennessee's pressure, and in particular to the defensive pressure that Talaysia Cooper has applied.
Yeah, Cooper guarding Blakes. Of course, 2 great players like both of them are. Still a lot of time left to see Blake shine. Blakes buries the long 2. And it is a 9-0 run for Vanderbilt. Again, every time Tennessee gets close or has a sniff at the lead, Vanderbilt has responded.
Vanderbilt is getting the stops that they need on the defensive side, and then they're going down to the other end and playing with such fluidness. And Blakes with the high ball screen right here gave her just enough space to get off that long mid-range jumper.
7-time SEC Freshman of the Week this year and the SEC Freshman of the Year. More subs coming in for Tennessee.
You know, a player like Blakes, what you love about her is that, you know, there's some players, they can, you know, shoot not great, but Blakes has the green light every time.
That's an understatement, isn't it? Pierre still on the bench for Vanderbilt with 3 fouls. Cooper, Mitchell came out on her. It'll go back to Tennessee.
This Vanderbilt team is playing very disciplined basketball when you think about their ability to keep Tennessee off of the offensive glass, something that Tennessee relies heavily on. But this Vanderbilt team right now, as far as the rebounds are concerned, are pretty even, with Tennessee only with a 1 rebound advantage.
Vanderbilt with the ball in the midst of a 9-0 run. Lob down to Mitchell. You like that play?
That was just textbook right there, high-low action. When you set the high ball screen and you force to switch, now Spearman is guarding away from the basket, one of your best rim protector, one of your best shot blockers. And then all they did was run a roll and rise and bringing the high-low action to get Mitchell to the free throw line.
Second foul on Cooper, and Mitchell doesn't get the roll. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. It's a summer camp play. That's what they're going to show the campers this summer, right?
I loved it. Not a lot of fouls being called in this game, or not a lot of free throws being attempted.
Well, that is not a reflection of how intense it has been, is it? This has been a battle, just what you'd want between 2 fierce rivals. Again, Vanderbilt's never beaten Tennessee twice in the same year. They had a 1-point win at the buzzer the only other time they met this year. And just as you said, no fouls called, we get another whistle. Fouls on Strickland, her second. Oklahoma and Georgia coming up next. Reagan Beers, back-to-back SEC Player of the Week, and she's also been named to the SEC First Team as well. Looking forward to seeing her and the Sooners make their debut in the SEC tournament.
Another very fast-paced team that's averaging 81 possessions per 40 minutes. This Oklahoma team putting up 86 points per game. A lot of just talented players in the SEC.
So what you're saying is this going to be a fun afternoon, right?
It's going to be a great afternoon.
Blake's the recipient of that foul. Here's her second free throw. Makes them both. 11 unanswered points by Vanderbilt. And they have built the lead up to 12. Tennessee has only made 1 of their last 11 threes.
Again, great job by Vanderbilt with the box out. But to your point, Michaela Blakes and Ayanna Moore has just been so solid in this third quarter. Both of them with combined for 13 of their 15 points right now.
Oh, Blakes. Maybe she's starting to feel it, Nikki.
She may be. You know, what you need to do is get yourself to the free throw line, maybe see that ball go down, and that's what she was able to do. A nice spin move in between 2 defenders.
Sam Spencer answering. Blakes gets by Spencer, breaks the press. Blakes up to 14 points.
Blakes right now taking the ball hard to the basket with a nice release. When you get Blakes going, and we've all seen and witnessed the 50 pieces, had a very, very slow start. In the first quarter, she only had 5 points. In the second quarter, she didn't have any points. And right now, she's starting to show why she is one of the best players, not only in the SEC, but in the country. That's her
10th point this quarter. And she's been in double digits 30 of 31 games this year.
Well, what I like about Blakes and what she's doing is she's mixing it up a little bit. She struggled from the three-point line. What she's doing now is getting herself to the free throw line. And that's allowing her to now see that ball go in, giving her that confidence. I don't think she ever lost her confidence. Let me back up and not say that. She's a very confident young lady. But to get those easy baskets, see it go in the rim, that also helps you when you're struggling from the perimeter.
Boyd attacks the rim and draws the foul. Interesting right now, Nikki. Blakes and Pierre are both on the bench for Vanderbilt. We'll see if Tennessee can take advantage of that.
Well, they've definitely done a nice job over the past 4 minutes with a 15-2 run without their star player Pierre with foul troubles, and I think Blakes deserves a little bit of a breather.
Can I avoid at the free throw line? Missed that first one. There's a look at Shea Ralph's mother, former Marcia Mann, now Marcia Lake, but was a pioneer in women's basketball. She was North Carolina's first ever All-American and played with Pat Summitt on the World University Games silver medal winning team in Moscow. In fact, she brought Shea to Pat Summitt when she recognized her daughter may have a little basketball talent. So maybe Shea's the one that got away, Nikki. Moore buries the three.
I believe Shea Ralph would have been a great Lady Vols basketball player.
Cooper answers on the other end.
Wow, how fabulous have Ayanna Moore been today? Just lighting it up from the three-point line. She's perfect right there with 20 points. Jelly Jolly. Harper, I called for 2 30 pieces. Are we going to be tracking for one with Ayanna Moore?
Steffi and I heard you guys say that. We shook our head. We thought there'd be more. Stars are shining in tournament time. Moore draws the foul. And Strickland got her. Let's go back to that Moore three.
I think when you put Moore on top of the floor and give her that isolation, just look at her teammates over there. Yes, yes, she is being fed right now.
Camille Pierre is just one of the funniest people because she's so dry. That facial expression doesn't change. Having a good time. I don't think Camille wants to come back in. She's having too much fun on the bench right now.
I told you, she's over there resting right
She's
now.
not used to this. She's like, oh, this is what it's like to be on the bench?
This is that's what it's like. I know when she gets back in the game, though, you know she's itching to get back in there.
3 fouls on her. And Moore looking to continue to pile on the points and increase the lead. Does 21 points now for Moore. But to your point a moment ago, Nikki, I mean, why put her in when you're playing so well without her? Because give her the extra rest, right?
I definitely think that she is one of those players that brings a lot of energy and plays at a high level and will gamble a little bit. So you don't want to put her in a position to do that because you know that's how she plays. So smart move by Coach Ralph and her staff by saying, look, we're going to go with our bench. I think Mitchell has come in and just been solid for them in the post.
Blake's deep three. Little heat check. That was off the mark. And it'll be Tennessee's basketball. And what a record-breaking year for Michaela Blake. She's just shattered so many, not only Vanderbilt records, but national freshman records. Be interesting to see how the National Freshman of the Year awards go. Spencer has Mitchell on her. Nice take.
They got the mismatch that they wanted. Z. Spearman was also calling for the basketball, but Spencer's so crafty when she's able to get downhill.
It's been an explosive quarter for Vanderbilt. They had the lead at halftime, but they've outscored Tennessee 24-15 here in this third quarter. Blakes passes up the shot. Waba will take it. Waba gets her miss, misses. Oliver can't get it to go down. Cooper, and doesn't get the shot off. So Tennessee will have 10 minutes to try to overcome this Vanderbilt team.
What an amazing effort right now in the third quarter. Pierre picks up her third foul and has had to sit. But you know what? This Vanderbilt team right now, they are wanting to advance, and they're doing it multiple ways with players stepping up. Michaela Blake's getting started in the third quarter. In the third quarter, 22 of the 24 points in the third quarter, and they're doing it without Camille Pierre.
I love how you delivered that. You like held me in suspense. You paused in between 22 of the 20. I'm like, tell me, Nikki, tell me.
I mean, there's two players that are just absolutely going to work against this Tennessee team, and at some point, do you change up what you're doing defensively to just slow them down? And I don't know if you can slow them down.
Again, Vanderbilt has never beaten Tennessee twice in a season. 35th time they've played at least 2 times in a year. So this is a very special team, and Pierre back on the floor, scores right away.
I don't know how Michaela Blake's got that ball through there, but great hands by Camille Pierre.
That was her 16th double-double of the season as well. And she rips down another rebound. That's her 11th rebound. She'll bring it up before herself. Why not? Well, she's gotten a lot of rest, and it has shown as Pierre has just come out and exploded for the first 4 points of the quarter.
Well, right now, Camille Pierre has said to everyone, I know you didn't put me on the first team, but I can still do work in the SEC tournament, and she's doing so, threading the needle right there. Great finish by Pierre.
And she draws the 3rd foul on Cooper. It's Vanderbilt's largest lead of the game. Pierre, 12 points, 11 rebounds. Rims out the free throw. First shot she's missed since she's come back on the floor. So if you're Tennessee right now, Nikki, what has to happen?
Well, right now in Tennessee, first and foremost, they've got to get great looks, not only just from the three-point line, but get in the paint a little bit. Maybe you can get yourself to the free throw line. Right now, they got a size advantage with Hillingstone, but look at this Vanderbilt defense just collapsing.
Cooper, that's one way to break it up. Talasia Cooper knocks down the 3.
I like that was nice inside, outside. Hollingshed with the great pass out because the defense had collapsed, and so she made the right read in looking at Talasia Cooper.
Blake's with the take. Oh, yeah.
The athleticism, the skill set, the talent, the IQ of both of these teams, but more importantly, Blake's has done a phenomenal job in this second half of really turning it up.
Cooper shoots another 3 off the mark this time. And Blake's up to 18 points now. Spins away. And 1! Are you kidding me?
This might be one of the best second half performances of the tournament thus far. Blake's has done a phenomenal job of just attacking the rim. Love the spin move right there to finish and get herself back to the free throw line.
And that is the 4th foul on Talasia Cooper. And love the reactions after that. Pierre actually had to give a reaction before she helped her up. Cooper on the bench with 4 now. And it's just automatic when Blake's is at the line. And Vanderbilt up 21 now, as it has been Michaela Blake's turning it on here in the second half.
As we talk about some of the stars, I just want to mention the effort of Wamba. Jane Wamba has just been solid for this Vanderbilt team. Not only offensively was she able to connect on a couple of shots in the first half, but her defensive presence and her ability to get rebounds. She's the second lead at rebounding right now with 5, and that's been critical because it's not allowed Tennessee to get those second and third opportunities.
That foul was on Wamba. And put Sam Spencer on the free throw line.
Did I just talk up Wamba and gave her a foul?
Well, it was a good effort. You were beginning your thought before she committed the foul, but
that's true. Thank you for that, Sam.
It was a good foul. She's backing you up. Spencer misses the second, made the first. Michaela Blake's, it's her 19th 20-point game of the season. Off the mark, Whitehorn. Lady Ball's got to get going. Deflected by Moore. And Lady Balls will bring in a new line. More subs coming in. Vanderbilt up 72-52. Moore, Blakes, and Pierre. I'd take those 3 on any team I was making. You did a freshman draft last night, but
I did.
I know those aren't all freshmen, but those are 3 pretty good ones you'd pick.
Definitely. My first pick was Michaela Blake's, but even Pierre, if I was doing this draft pick last year, I would have had Pierre on there last year.
A nice 3 by Jewel Spear. So smooth.
And that's one thing that Tennessee, if you think about how to get back into the game, is to pick up their pressure defensively, try to turn you over, but then the 3 ball is something that you can't keep swapping 3s and 2s. But Vanderbilt does not have to shoot quickly in the shot clock. They can take their time. The shot clock is on their side.
I think that's one of the unique things about Tennessee. 7:02 left. Vanderbilt has this lead, but this is a team in Tennessee that we've seen score 10 points in a minute. I mean, they can really pour it on quickly if they get hot.
They can, and this Vanderbilt team, what they need to do is not allow Tennessee to have open 3s. You're going to have to make them go to many other options and not just knock down 3s like that.
Cooper back on the floor with 4 fouls for Tennessee. Good give and go by Spear. Nice pass by Boyd.
Well, right now, Tennessee has done a nice job of just really staying aggressive. They're on the 6-0 run with 1:17, so they're capable of putting up points quickly.
That will be the challenge for Tennessee. Charlie Cream says they need to win this game for a chance of being a top 16 seed. A week ago in the last reveal, Tennessee was as high as a 3 seed. They lost to Kentucky and then lost to Georgia at home. Got the win yesterday, good win over Texas A&M. Both these teams obviously safely in the tournament. Charlie Cream has Vanderbilt as an 8 seed. I don't know, Nikki.
As an 8 seed, I look at Vanderbilt and I don't want to play them in postseason.
Steal by Spear. Spear with more to beat. Gets the layup. 8-0 Tennessee run.
Still a lot of minutes in this game. Still a lot of basketball to be played.
3 on the way from Waba. Waba got her miss. Oh, what a play by Waba, to your point, Nikki.
Thank you, Waba. Thank you.
She made you look like a genius.
Well, initially, I would not have advised for her to take that shot that quickly in the offense. It was like one pass and then the 3, but great second effort by Waba. And that's what Vanderbilt has been doing. Their second and third effort has allowed them to generate additional possessions, which has resulted in positive point production for them.
But if you're playing fantasy basketball, she just got you a rebound and a bucket.
I love
by missing that first one.
Just by missing that first one.
Whitehorn. Off the mark on the 3. Pierre and Latham get tangled up, and a jump ball. Officials jump in there quickly. Neither one of them even looked angry, though.
No, this is just healthy competition right here between 2 very competitive teams. Again, you've got the Lady Vols versus the Commodores. Tennessee, in-state rivalry. Who's going to end up with the bragging rights? Again, I know this game is important for a lot of other ramifications when you think about advancing and trying to compete and win an SEC championship and or seeding for this Lady Vols team. I don't see Vanderbilt as an 8 seed. Not after what they're showing today. I think they're going to be a team that's going to upset a lot of people in the NCAA tournament.
Shay Ralph guided this program to back-to-back 20-win seasons. Whitehorn out of the game right now. Spencer's back in. She's scored Tennessee's last 7 points. She has the ball. Now to Spearman. Good cut by Latham in the finish.
Tennessee right now is doing a great job of movement without the basketball. Again, they're going to need a big-time fourth quarter to cut into this lead, and they're doing it so possession by possession. Right now, it's going to be critical for them to get a defensive stop.
Tennessee's made 4 of their last 5 shots. They try to make the push to get back in this. Blake's falling down, gets rid of it. Out of bounds, and it'll stay on this end. 4 new Lady Vols coming in. Whitehorn, Boyd, Cooper, and Hollingshed return. Remember, Talasia Cooper has 4 fouls, but back out on the floor. Kim Caldwell taking the gamble.
Well, at this point and juncture of the game, when you look at the fact that you're down only, and I'm just going to say only, but 13, that's a good number for this Tennessee team. If they can get it down before the next time out into single digits, that's a win for Tennessee.
Cooper's no longer guarding Blake. She was on Blake's earlier in the game. Moore driving, draws the foul from Spear.
Great job there by Michaela Blake in this second half. She has just been absolutely phenomenal. Her ability to play downhill, to get to the rim, to get herself to the free throw line. And look how her teammates are responding to the leadership of this phenomenal freshman.
Becky, she took a break.
I see that.
I'll check the emails. I promise you they're focused when play is happening.
Definitely. You know, one of the things that you do when you're coming here and watching, you should be scouting and looking at the next opponent. But no, she's making friendship bracelets. So
gotta relax, right? More.
Just kind of relax and take your mind off of things.
Chloe Kitts and the rest of the team, Raven Johnson.
I wonder if she's making that friendship bracelet for Raven.
Yeah, maybe. Tennessee trying to avoid losing to Vanderbilt twice in one season for the first time. Spear had been money the last few shots she had taken, missed that one.
Yeah, just a defensive miscue by Vanderbilt, and they cannot afford to do so. And as you mentioned, Jules Spear has just really taken on this role and responsibility of scoring the basketball. In the fourth quarter thus far, she has 7 of their 13 points. And so she's hunting. She knows that they've got to get back in this game, and to do so, they've got to score.
Cooper with 4 fouls, playing more, now switches out on Blake's. And Cooper had Blake's majority of the first half. It's probably a big reason why Michaela Blake struggled in that first half. But Cooper can't get that foul. Blake's with the take.
Again, Blake's could not press up on the ball screen action, and it is so tight when you're looking at where they're setting that ball screen for Michaela Blake's at. And again, this Vanderbilt team, every time Tennessee does something good, they have an answer.
Spencer knocks down the 3. Three-pointer number 8 for Tennessee. 10 points for Spencer. Don't give up on the Lady Vols.
No, you definitely can. And right now, you don't have to take a quick shot either. You can set your offense, get the shot that you want. But a lot of credit to this Tennessee team, because when you have the pressure that they play with defensively, they're able to turn you over. And right now, they're doing a nice job of staying solid.
Spearman went down, and Pierre gets called for the offensive foul, and that is her 4th foul.
This was not a bad play action. Right here, again, a little bit of acting on Z Spearman's part. She sold it. She sold it, and she got the call to go the other way, and that's the defensive stop that Tennessee needed.
Tennessee down by 13, 3:23 to play. Tennessee has outscored Vanderbilt in this fourth quarter, where they had a lot of ground to make up. Spencer, another 3. Moore decides to let it go out of bounds. Some of the Tennessee fans under the basket were saying she actually touched it, but the officials did not agree, and so Vanderbilt will get it back. Let's see.
Yeah, I thought Moore might have gotten her hand on it. Not quite sure.
Oh.
But she also played it off, too, as well. She didn't look a different way. Her facial expression didn't change.
You were very impressed by the acting skills going on in this game, Mickey. It's Academy Awards.
And Academy Award goes to?
Good D by Tennessee. Kapanis catches the inbounds pass. Got to get it over. Remember, Tennessee forced 4 10-second violations yesterday against A&M. They forced 30 for the season.
Well, this Vanderbilt team, they do a great job of taking care of the basketball. They don't turn it over a lot. They only average 13 a game. Today, they've been very solid with only 9.
Pierre, playing with 4 fouls, just kept a relentless pursuit of the ball and eventually drew the foul. And it looks like that foul's on Jewel Spear, her 3rd. Spearman back in the game for Tennessee. Will replace Hollingshed, and Talasia Cooper coming back in as well with 4 fouls. Pierre, double-double machine this year, 16 double-doubles, which is the most by any Vanderbilt player in the last quarter century. Well, what a legacy Pierre and Blake's are carving. And Ayanna Moore, I'd put that in there too, because she was really the big star before them for Shea Ralph in this Vanderbilt program. I mean, they have, along with their accomplished head coach, put Vanderbilt women's basketball back on the map.
They've done a nice job, too, of just adopting the system that Shea Ralph has created, one that is high tempo, one that is also balanced when you think about their ability to shoot the 3, their ability to also score in the paint. And they're not the biggest team. If you look at the size of Vanderbilt right now, you've got, obviously, Pierre anchoring them inside. You know, Oliver right now and Kapanis, they're your 2 bigger forwards, if you will, but they are perimeter players. So the fact that they can run their offense with a lot of spacing, because they always have 4, if you will, 3 to 4 ball handlers on the court at all times. And I think that's been so critical and why Tennessee's defensive pressure hasn't really rattled them.
It's the 3rd foul on Moore. To your point, Pierre's the tallest player on the floor for Vanderbilt right now at just 6'2". Ayanna Mitchell's the tallest player they've used today at 6'4". But I know my partner, a lot of times Tamika Catchings, likes to talk about positionless basketball, and Vanderbilt certainly has a lot of players that can play a lot of different positions.
Yeah, and that's key with their ability to attack and how they can switch defensively, because everyone can guard big, small, because they do such a great job with their help side defense as well. So even when there are mismatches that other teams bring about due to the switching defense of Vanderbilt, it doesn't matter.
Travel, 3 on the shot clock. Tennessee will get it back. 2:13 left. With 2:13 left, Nikki, you're Tennessee down by 14, and you play like they do. What are you focused on 3s right now?
Well, at this point in junction of the game, I would take the best shot available, but they've got to think about scoring quickly. Right then, 2 minutes to go. If you've got an open 3, take it. Then I would crash the boards, because you have to get possessions. Right now, the clock is not a friend of theirs.
Spearman unable to get the layup. It'll stay with Tennessee. That's a break for Tennessee. Went out on Pierre, and Pierre in some pain. Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, she's a tough one. She came down a little awkward. And a great help, again, hustle plays. That's what we're talking about with Vanderbilt. They're doing the small things right here. Ooh. Just got her foot caught right there, stop. But again, having Pierre on the floor, her presence, her toughness, it just brings a different level of confidence.
Tennessee needs a bucket quick. Spear knocks down the 3. Under 2 to play. Possession arrow favors Vanderbilt. And an offensive foul called on Blake's. Only her first foul, but that is a critical turnover.
It's definitely a critical turnover. You got a little bit of extension there. And again, the Academy Award goes to Ruby Whitehorn right now. Way to sell it.
Jewel Spear with 10 points this quarter. Let's see if they can get her open. She comes off a screen. She's 0 in the Summit Blue. There she is with the ball.
Well, again, you've got to get a hand up. You're going to have to switch on those ball screens. You cannot continue to give Tennessee easy baskets. And they're doing so right now. Wide open 3, a cutting Ruby Whitehorn to the basket. Tennessee is not going away.
The lead is 9. Blakes catches it midcourt. 6-0 run by Tennessee as they frantically try to catch the Commodores. Pass kicked by Tennessee. It'll be Vanderbilt's ball with 1:05 left. Waba checking back in for Vanderbilt.
There's a lot of attention that's being placed on Michaela Blakes right now. Ayana Moore, she might need to get involved a little bit to relieve some of that pressure.
Cooper guarding Blakes, now switches. Remember, Cooper has 4 fouls. Pierre double teamed, dribbles through it, gives it to Blakes. Under a minute to play. Vanderbilt showing a lot of patience when he eats some clock. Shot clock down to 2. Stolen.
Tennessee right now has numbers.
Blake still not back in the play. Whitehorn off the glass, good. A 7-point game, 40.2 seconds left. Tennessee in the midst of an 8-0 run, desperately trying to catch the Commodores. Bench coming into the game. Vanderbilt has gone over 4 minutes without a field goal. And now Jill Spearax is going to replace Cooper.
Yeah, you don't want Cooper to pick up her 5th foul because Tennessee, they either try to go for the steal or they're going to have to foul immediately.
Vanderbilt ball. Do they need a score here, Nikki? Foul by Spear. It's not going to matter. I mean, putting Blakes on the free throw line, though, is basically automatic.
I think Blakes is one of those players that when you look at late game, you want the ball in your best player's hand, and that's what you want. You want the ball in Blake's hand, and she's done a nice job. And great job with the end out of bounds or the side out of bounds play by Vanderbilt to send a player long, to cut off of each other and to open it up.
4th foul on Spears. Blake 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Again, one of the nation's best free throw shooters. Up to 24 points now. Trying to increase the Vanderbilt lead, and a rare miss from her. Got to be quick.
You got to be quick, and you don't want to take any time off the clock.
Jewel Spear missing the 3. Goes out of bounds.
And right now, Vanderbilt has 2 timeouts, so they could advance the basketball again here.
I think they're going to review that. And a timeout taken by Vanderbilt. Officials. So they are going to review that play.
It looks like it's off of Tennessee right here. When you look at the last hand to touch the ball coming in, it's Boyd right there.
Kanaya Boyd, 4 in the Summit blue. That's a great look. And that right there is kind of a microcosm of the way this game's been played. Just the intensity, a battle for every possession.
A battle for every possession, but what really separated Vanderbilt in this game was the 3rd quarter. The play of Michaela Blake and the play of Ayana Moore. Those two set the tone with their other teammate in foul trouble with Camille Pierre, who had picked up her 3rd foul, and they just really solid on the defensive side of the basketball as well in that 3rd quarter by holding Tennessee to only 15 points.
So some time added back to the clock. Vanderbilt will now have that timeout I mentioned a moment ago. They were calling the timeout going into the review. So 29.2 seconds, the clock was adjusted. Vanderbilt up 8, trying to get to the quarterfinals to meet South Carolina. Tennessee, Charlie Cream says, needs to win this game to get back in contention for a top 16 seed. A little history on the line today as well, as Vanderbilt has never beaten Tennessee twice in a season. Vanderbilt will have the ball in front of their own bench.
Again, get the ball in safely, making sure that if you don't see anything clean, you can call a timeout, but you've got to hold on to the basketball.
Spearman fouls Pierre. 2nd foul on Spearman. It'll put Pierre on the line.
And that's not a bad foul right now. When you look at Camille Pierre, she shoots 66% from the free throw line.
Pierre 2 for 3 today against had a double-double, 14 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists. Vanderbilt, all their players are back. Ice. Was to give Vanderbilt a 10-point lead. And does. 16 points for Pierre. Might have iced the game. Boyd streaking through the lane off the glass. Pierre grabs the rebound.
And she's just been called for an offensive foul. Pierre has just been called.
And that's her 5th foul. Pierre will foul out of the game. 16 points, 15 rebounds. You were about to jump out of your chair there, Nikki.
Well, I think when you look at Pierre's rebound right here, there's hands on her. There was not an extension of the elbow. Again, great effort by this Tennessee team to continue to stay alive.
And remember the double-double, she spent a lot of time on the bench. Spearman denied by Kapanis. And Kapanis is fouled by Boyd with 16.5 left to play. Kapanis, the transfer from Penn State, who wanted to come to a winning program and go to grad school.
I mean, great defensive effort here. Again, undersized Vanderbilt inside. Look at the 3 jerseys collapsing in on Spearman. And great headsy play right here to just track the ball down.
Kapanis was in the Big Ten as a member of Penn State. Knocks down the free throw line, 73% this year. And Shea Ralph and Vanderbilt, what a gut check win for them. She said she's coached them hard over the last month because she knows what it takes to win in March, and they're responding. Spencer, quick bucket for the Lady Vols. But Vanderbilt, oh, wait a minute, Boyd gets the bucket. Now this would be a miracle, Nikki.
This would absolutely be a miracle. But what Coach Shea Ralph is doing.
I love the effort, though.
I love the effort, but what she's doing right now, she knows, let me take this time out. Because this is also a teachable moment. Right now, her team kind of got a little sloppy down the stretch. She wants to make sure that they are putting together 40 quality minutes of basketball.
And we'll step away for 30 seconds and be right back for the end of the game.
Finish a game. What does late game look like? Even when we have an 8-point lead, you don't want to finish on sloppiness. You want to be strong to the end. And this Vanderbilt team has showcased a very, very high level of competitiveness in everything that they've done today.
Moore takes the pass, and that'll do it. Vanderbilt holding serve as the 8th seed, and for the first time in program history beats Tennessee twice in the same season. We will see both of them as a part of March Madness, and I think both of them could make a nice run.
I agree with you. This Vanderbilt team has found